Hey guys, I'm Ryan. This is TKK Collector at the Poke Chalet. About to get political. So, the tariffs that Canada has imposed on the United States because of retaliation against the tariffs it imposed on us, they're going to impact Pokemon collecting in a big way in Canada. And this is my call to Pokemon International to be an international company. Start printing cards, American, American, English cards. Start printing them in someplace other than the United States, because the United States is showing itself as being an unreliable place to do international business. And Pokemon being an international company, you want to be printing your cards somewhere that has strong trade agreements that aren't going to be broken on the whims of someone who is without guardrails. And what a great way to help anybody who buys Pokemon cards outside of the United States uh, to open up a printing factory outside of the United States, an international. Imagine if we could get the quality of Japanese cards and English cards. And I know a country that has a lot of wood. Do you know what cardboard is made out of? It's made out of wood. So here's my call to Pokemon International. Open up a factory inside of Canada, start printing your cards in Canada, and then Canadians and I guess people across the world can collect Pokemon International cards in English without paying ridiculous prices, because here's what's happened. So with the Canadian tariffs, retaliatory tariffs, me personally thought it was a stupid move because it's going to pinch Canadians. But the basic goal was retaliation, right? Make American goods harder to buy in Canada, because they were going to do the same to us. Make Canadian goods harder to buy in the United States. Now, Canada's about the size of a single state. It's about the size of California. And there's a big trade deficit, which means we don't import as much United States goods as we export to the United States. And the reason for that trade deficit is size, right? Canada is a small country in terms of population, only matching a state. And I don't know if Trump understands numbers, but unfortunately, that means that there's a deficit, which means, there's a lot more goods going into the United States from Canada. Now, this whole trade war is very much, there's ulterior motives, right? And monetary based. So what a great way for international companies to start looking at what's business they want to do with the international community and make some decisions about the unpredictable nature of the largest, the most powerful country, I wouldn't say largest, most powerful country in the world, who has some crazy ideas around how things should run. It's time for Pokemon International to open up a printing shop in Canada. Print some cards. I mean, we're not going to consume a lot, but I mean, we got some of the best shipping routes in the world. Access to China, access to Japan, access to Africa, access to Europe. We're close. We're up there. We're a great way to get cards across the ocean. And that's my call. Print some cards here so we don't have these crazy tariffs. Because I'll give you an example. So from distribution, we're paying $140 for a booster box. So with these silly tariffs, we're now going to be paying $185 a booster box, which means everyone is going to be paying more for Pokemon TCG, a game, a card game. And it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad because it's going to screw up the hobby here in Canada for sure. Prices are going to be crazy. I don't know what to do about singles. The dollar itself is really flipping because of this stupid trade war. But I don't know what to do with singles. Like, should I unhinge from TCG players? Should I start not using the exchange rate, I don't know what to do. Should I should I come up with my own prices for singles and switch off shipping to the United States? There's all sorts of weird questions. What do I do to make sure that people can not just trade in their singles, but get singles, get cards, continue to collect, continue to enjoy, continue to be entertained? I don't know what to do, but something has to be done. Now, the other thing is ETBs. So normally we charge around $69.99 for an ETB. The new allocation price, the new price at release from distro is $62. Normally it was $45. So then you got to say, well, there's still a little margin there, right? $8. In Canada, you can't ship an ATB for $8. So your margins and your shipping, the prices on everything. This is the intention. Prices on everything. An international product like Pokemon being printed in the United States, it's a US product. It's not a Pokemon International product. Price is going to go up. So Pokemon International, think about it. Are you an international company or are you an American company? So anyway, it's going to be really stressful for Canadian Pokemon collectors. As soon as this trade war expands, as Trump, tackles every other country in the world with his tariffs, things are going to trade agreements are going to be thrown out the window, and the United States is going to be considered an unreliable trading partner, which maybe that's what he wants. Disrupting all of the relationships that the United States had across the world. It's switching from this globalist, we're all in it together, international view, down to being, huddled in the Americas and not being open to being in the world. And it's a really weird thing. Are people in the United States citizens of the world, or are they only Americans? It's a weird political thing to be thinking about. I really hope that the attention of Donald Trump gets away from trading and this thing can be settled between the United States and the rest of the world. And yeah, Pokemon print stuff in Canada. Lots of pulp, lots of wood, lots of high quality cardboard. All you have to do is make it shiny, make it pretty, and the rest of the world, will have no problems purchasing it from Canada. And let's have some really good card stock. Let's make Pokemon International English cards great again. Let's have some really wonderful change in the way international English cards are produced, so that the rest of the world does not suffer being having their English cards produced in one country. And Pokemon International, can you do it? Can you find a printing factory? Can you buy a printing factory? Can you set one up? Why don't you even print the English cards in Japan? Imagine Japanese quality English cards. What would happen then? Anyway, we are just a sliver. There's many other industries, there's many other people who are going to suffer a lot. Food, non-entertainment. Anything. Pokemon is entertainment. Food, basics, construction, quality of life. Everyone's going to suffer. And Pokemon is just entertainment. I mean, it sucks that we're going to lose it, but it's just entertainment. And I really strongly recommend you guys look at what's happening, try to figure out what you're going to do to mitigate the impact of this global, I don't know what to call it, boondoggle. And figure out how you're going to, if you're going to continue to engage. Japanese cards really may see an uptick. You may see a lot more activity in Japanese cards. invented English in Japan. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. Canadian Pokemon store being impacted by a trade war. Stupid. Cheers.